Hey guys, it is Hunter here. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are excited for today's video. Sorry, I'm trying to get like everything set up. I know I am. I'm hoping you guys notice a little bit of a different setup because I am working on getting like a little spooky little background going. Go check out my DIY videos for how I did most of these, like all these things behind me, because they're super spooky. I did try to film this intro with having like all the lights completely off, but I decided, you know, we gotta have a little bit of light, so I'm working with something over here. So I hope you guys are still going to enjoy the video. Today I'm going to be reading you guys a creepy, super creepy urban legend. I believe this originated from Russia. It is called the Russian Sleep Experiment, I believe. Yes, the Russian Sleep Experiment. So I hope you guys are excited to hear this urban legend. If you guys are excited for these kinds of videos, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know that you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe. There'll be a subscribe button right here. You can go click on that. Also, go add me on Snapchat because I really want to do some Snapchat Q&As. And I'm feeling like I want y'all on my Snapchat. So, like, I'm going to leave my name QR code thing over here too. So go add me on Snap so that we can get personal and ask some questions and everything. And with that, let's get on into the urban legend. Alright, so this urban legend is going to take place at the end of the 1940s. And this is taking place in Russia because it's dealing with the Soviets. This is back when they were like the Soviet Union, I believe. Okay, so sorry, my phone's going off. I'm getting a text. Okay. Alright, so this starts off with Soviet researchers, and they decided to seal 5 prisoner inmates into an airtight chamber, and they dosed them with an experimental stimulant gas to test the effects of prolonged sleep deprivation. So basically what that means, we are locking 5 people into an airtight chamber. So basically it's like a gas chamber. They're filling in a gas that is basically going to keep these people awake. Okay? And they're going to observe their behavior. So their behavior was observed through 2-way mirrors, and they also monitored their conversations electronically. So they had ways to be able to hear what the inmates were saying back and forth to each other. And they were promised their freedom if they could stay awake for 30 days. Okay. So the first few days passed uneventfully. The prisoners were just completely normal. But by the 5th day, however, the subjects had begun showing signs of stress, and they were overheard bemoaning their circumstances. They stopped conversing with each other, with their fellow inmates, and they chose to instead to whisper compromising information about one another into their microphones, apparently in an effort to win the favor of the researchers. So they were getting desperate. Next, paranoia set in. On the 9th day, the screaming began. First one subject, then another, was observed running around this chamber screaming for hours on end. Equally disconcerting was the behavior of the quieter subjects, who began ripping apart the books they'd been given to read, smearing the pages with feces and plastering them over the mirrored windows so their actions could no longer be observed. Then, just as suddenly, the screaming stopped. The subjects ceased communicating altogether. 3 days passed without a sound from inside the chamber. Fearing the worst, the researchers addressed them via the intercom. "We are opening the chamber to test the microphones," they said. "Step away from the door and lie flat on the floor, or you will be shot. Compliance will earn one of you your immediate freedom." A voice from inside answered, "We no longer want to be freed." 2 more days passed without contact of any kind as the scientists debated what to do next. Finally, they decided to terminate the experiment. At midnight on the 15th day, the stimulant gas was flushed from the chamber and replaced with fresh air in preparation for the subjects' release. Far from them being pleased at the prospect of leaving, the subjects began screaming as if in fear for their lives. They begged to have the gas turned back on. Instead, the researchers unsealed the door to the chamber and sent armed soldiers inside to retrieve them. Nothing could have prepared them for the carnage they witnessed upon entering the chamber. One subject was found dead, lying face down in 6 inches of bloody water. Chunks of his flesh had been torn off and stuffed into the floor drain. All the subjects had been severely mutilated, in fact. Even worse, the wounds appeared to be self-inflicted. They had ripped open their own abdomens and disemboweled themselves with their bare hands. Some had even eaten their own flesh. The four who were still alive seemed terrified of falling asleep and refused to leave the chamber, again pleading with the researchers to turn the gas back on. When the soldiers attempted to remove the inmates by force, they fought back so ferociously they couldn't believe their eyes. One suffered a ruptured spleen and lost so much blood there was literally nothing left for his heart to pump, yet continued flailing for a full 3 minutes until his lifeless body collapsed. The remaining subjects were restrained and transported to a medical facility for treatment. The first to be operated on fought so fiercely against being anesthetized that he tore muscles and broke bones during the struggle. As soon as the anesthetic took effect, his heart stopped and he died. The rest underwent surgery without sedation. Far from feeling any pain, however, they left hysterically on the operating table, so hysterically that the doctors, perhaps fearing for their own sanity, administers a paralytic agent to immobilize them. After surgery, the survivors were asked why they had mutilated themselves and why they so desperately wanted to go back to the stimulant gas. Each in turn gave the same enigmatic answer: I must remain awake. The researchers considered euthanizing them to obliterate any trace of the failed experiment, but were overruled by their commanding officer, who ordered that it be resumed immediately, with 3 of the researchers joining the inmates in the sealed chamber. Horrified, the chief researcher pulled out a pistol and shot the commanding officer point blank. He then turned and shot one of the 2 surviving subjects. Aiming his gun at the last one left alive, he asked, "What are you? I must know." "Have you forgotten so easily?" the subject said, grinning. "We are you. We are the madness that lurks within you all, begging to be free at every moment in your deepest animal mind. We are what you hide from in your beds every night. We are what you sedate into silence and paralysis when you go to the nocturnal haven where we cannot tread." The researcher fired a bullet into his heart. The EEG monitor flatlined as the subject murmured these last words: "So nearly free." In the end, that is the end of the Russian sleep paralysis urban legend. So let me know what you guys think this urban legend is about. I read a little bit more into it and it is hella creepy. And it basically just kind of like shows that like we can go crazy without sleep, and this isn't an actually like true thing, like there was ever no such thing as this experiment, but like it's so creepy and it taps into like your subconscious mind and it makes you think about it a little bit, and it's just so creepy. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'd like to know how you take this urban legend. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in another video on another urban legend. So don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, add me on Snapchat, and happy fall, guys. I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye.